In today's episode, we talk about the execution killer number 5. Stay tuned and listen in on the one thing that could derail your entire success.
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performance Podcast
with your host, Thor Conklin.
Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Thor Conklin here. We give you the tricks, the tips, the tools, the strategy, the technology, and the psychology peak performers use in order to get more done and execute at the highest level. If you know what to do but struggle with getting it all done, or simply want to raise your game to the next level, this podcast is for you. Sit back and enjoy. If you've been listening to these podcasts, you know that there's 85 things that can raise their ugly head and derail your success. This is execution killer number 5. All right, now, so you figured out what you want. You have an effective and efficient plan, right? This is the ultimate success map. You've decided what you want. You're going to go after it. You're committed to it. You believe that you can do it. Your belief systems are in place. You don't have any conflicting beliefs. You're taking massive action, and you're allowing time to pass in order for those actions to turn into the results. Everything is looking great, but this one thing can derail the entire process, and that is energy, or more specifically, lack of energy. Your body has an electrical charge that runs through it from the time that you were born until the time you die. You can literally measure this electrical output with an electrical meter. It's a very small amount of energy, but the energy is there. And when you die, that energy leaves your body. Your heart stops beating, your lungs stop breathing, and that's it. That energy leaves your body. How many times have you found yourself knowing you've got to get something done, but for whatever reason, your energy level is just not there? And are you able to execute? Well, maybe a little bit, but certainly not to the level that you need to. So let's break this down. The first tier is your physical body. So in order to have energy in your physical body, you've got to have good sleep, you've got to have good nutrition, you've got to have the proper hydration, you've got to be breathing deeply, and you need to have exercise and movement. Now, I'm not saying you got to go to the gym for the exercise, but you've got to have some movement in your body. That's the first tier. The second is the emotional or psychological piece. What can affect your energy in this area? Well, you've heard this saying before, do what you love. Now, I'm not saying that it's all tied into this, but if you're not doing what you love or at least enjoy, how much energy do you have every single day to go and do something just because you have to do it versus you want to do it? How much of an energy drain is worry, upset, unresolved issues, or resentment? Have you ever found yourself in this place where you're doing everything? You're getting great sleep, your nutrition's great, you're exercising, you're doing what you love, but there's just some sort of energy drain. Make sure you figure out a way to identify those and eliminate those. All right, so we've got 2 areas, right? The physical and the emotional. Now, what most people do is they go, okay, I've got to figure out what else I need to add to my life. I've got to figure out what's missing. And they go running around and they try to figure out what they need to add in. And I'm telling you, this is not a good strategy. Don't do it. Picture a glass full to the top. This is your life. This is my life. Everybody's life. Your glass, my glass, everyone's glass is full. And then we decide, okay, let me just add something in here. I know I'm going to meditate. That's it. I'm going to meditate for an hour. Well, let me just add that in. What happens is we pour that on top of our glass and the liquid just runs all over the table, onto the floor, onto our shoes, and it's not working, right? Because we're trying to add something into our life and our lives are already full. What you want to do is you want to figure out what you need to give up. Ooh. Now, most people don't want to give up things, right? But you need to identify those things that are not supporting you, those things that are not helping you get towards your goal. And the difficult part here is sometimes that these things that are in our lives that are not helping us are there because they make us feel good. They're comforting. Many of these activities we use as sedation. Alcohol can be one. Food can be another one. TV. Mindless activities where we're kind of just relaxing, kind of letting the stress of the day, the week, the month just kind of slip away. And we find ourselves in a cycle where these things have crept into our lives, and instead of renewing our energy, they're even sapping it even more. Sometimes we do it with relationships, hobbies, or other activities that we just engage in that we kind of like doing, but it's just passing the time. In conclusion, without energy, there is no life. With increased energy, that's when life starts to open up. That's when we have the extra time, the energy to get things done. Energy is fuel. We need this every single day, and we need to renew it every single day. So, question of the day. What are 2 activities that you need to eliminate or greatly reduce in order to increase your energy and have more fuel for what's most important to you? Thank you for listening. If you haven't already done so, please head over to iTunes and subscribe to the show. Also, please share this with family, friends, coworkers, or anyone that could benefit from this information. To make it very easy to share these episodes, simply go to my Facebook page, Thor Conklin, click on the episode that you want to share, and you can post it to your timeline. You just might be helping one of your friends on Facebook by sharing it on your page. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Thor Conklin. The website is thorconklin.com. The email is info@thorconklin. While at the website, please sign up for our weekly newsletter with additional tricks, tips, tools, and psychology on how to be a peak performer. Remember, these episodes are anywhere between 6 and 35 minutes and are meant to be consumed during dot time doing other things. Until tomorrow, have an absolutely amazing day.